The digestive system and how it works. The digestive system is made up of many different parts working together to move food and liquid through your gastrointestinal tract so that we can obtain energy and the raw materials required for building our tissues. Some parts of the digestive system may include the mouth, esophagus, liver, gallbladder, stomach, pancreas, small intestine, large intestine, rectum, and anus. Your body breaks down food so that it can absorb nutrients where needed. The mouth. The first step in digestion is ingestion. This occurs when food first enters your body and it is chewed and swallowed. Chewing helps to break down food into smaller pieces that are easier to digest. The saliva moistens the food so that a bolus can be formed. The saliva also contains the enzyme amylase, which helps to further break down the food and the starches within the food. The food then travels to the pharynx, more commonly known as the throat.
Before the food moves into the esophagus, the pharynx has the pharyngeal constrictor muscles that help swallow food, or the bolus. The bolus then moves into the lumen of the esophagus. The esophagus has layers going from deep to superficial: mucosa, submucosa, muscularis, and adventitia. In the lower region, the esophagus has smooth muscle, which contracts and then relaxes to move the food toward the stomach. This is known as peristalsis. The food then goes through the esophageal sphincter and into the stomach. The stomach contains hydrochloric acid and the enzyme pepsin, which mixes with the bolus to form a soupy mixture called chyme. The stomach has 4 regions: the cardiac region, the fundus, the body, and the pyloric region. The inner part of the stomach is also covered in rugae, small folds that allow for expansion. The chyme then goes through the pyloric sphincter and into the small intestine. The small intestine gets its name due to its diameter, which is approximately 3 to 4 centimeters when empty and 4 to 5 meters long. The movement through the small intestine occurs by peristalsis, smooth muscle contractions. The primary function of the small intestine is to absorb nutrients. The first part of the small intestine is the duodenum. The duodenum is a C-shaped structure attached to the pyloric region of the stomach. The duodenum is approximately 25 centimeters long, and it receives fluid from the pancreas and gallbladder. The second part of the small intestine is called the jejunum, which is approximately 1 to 1.7 meters in length. The junction between the jejunum and the duodenum is called the duodenojejunal flexure. The third portion of the small intestine is called the ileum, which is approximately 1.6 to 2.7 meters in length. The closure between the small and large intestine is called the ileocecal valve. This valve keeps material in the large intestine from re-entering the small intestine. The large intestine is approximately 1.5 meters in length, and it absorbs water, some nutrients and solutes, and it forms feces. The mucosa of the large intestine has simple columnar epithelium with a large number of goblet cells. There is no villi present in the large intestine, and the large intestine wall has many lymphocytes, and when many of them accumulate, they become lymph nodules. The cecum is the first part of the large intestine and is the pouch that joins the small intestine at the ileocecal valve. The ascending colon is found on the right side of the body and becomes the transverse colon at the hepatic flexure. The transverse colon transverses the body from right to left. It leads to the descending colon at the right splenic flexure. The descending colon passes inferiorly on the left side of the body and joins with the sigmoid colon. The sigmoid colon is an S-shaped segment of the large intestine in the pelvic region. The rectum is a straight section of the colon in the pelvic cavity. It has superficial veins in its walls called hemorrhoidal veins. These veins can enlarge and cause a condition known as hemorrhoids. And finally, the anal canal is a short tube that leads to the external opening known as the anus. The anal canal is lined with stratified squamous epithelium, which resists abrasion during defecation.